It just gets worse. Last week, I made a video talking about how I think the games industry is headed for some sort of crash. I literally even said like something about Microsoft or Xbox shutting down studios and firing people. And today, I wake up and I see the news that they just announced they're going to be firing 1,600 people across various game studios, and that a few games or a few teams are either going to get sold off, shut down, and with the exception of some first party stuff, like pretty much everybody should be a little worried. What the hell's going on? I don't know what's happening over there. I don't know. I mean, dude, like if this doesn't tell you, if this isn't another domino falling in that, like, on the way towards us heading to a serious industry crash or some sort of industry crash, I don't know what else could tell you that. And I'm not making this video to be like, oh, I told you so or whatever. This is bullshit. This is a sad thing that this is happening. But it's just crazy to me how, I mean, it is happening. And it's confirmed that another 1,600 people are going to be laid off in the future. I don't think we have an exact date when, but it's going to happen. Asha Sharma, the new CEO of Xbox, she sent like a, I don't know if it was like an email or like a status update to the team or the various teams, like everyone who works under Xbox, but it was also something for the press, for media and people to cover. And I think it's insane that this is happening, man. I don't know what the hell the future of Xbox is at this point. There have been so many rumors for months now that Microsoft has actually been trying to find some way to sell the Xbox brand, or they might even, like, I don't know if they'd go independent or if someone else would come buy them, but I mean, they have been bleeding money for Microsoft for so many years now. I think it's obvious that Game Pass isn't the moneymaker that it once was. I mean, when they raised the price to $30, so many people, myself included, immediately like stopped paying for that. I went straight down to the bare minimum essential plan that they have for like $10. And honestly, ever since, I haven't looked back, and I'm okay with that. I really thought about it, and like one day I was like, after I canceled my plan and I went down to the $10 one, I kind of started thinking to myself, well, what the hell was I getting out of that $30 plan? And it was hard for me to really like nail down what it was, because at a certain point I realized, dude, I wasn't getting like my money's worth out of that. There's no way that I would, unless you're someone who has like nothing to do, which I mean, more power to you, I guess, if your life lends itself to being lived that way. But if you're someone who has the time to, go through Game Pass and play every game that's included with Ultimate, then that's amazing. Or if you're someone who maybe you only have an Xbox and Game Pass is the main way you play, or if you use Game Pass on your PC and it's the main way you play or whatever, then that's great. But someone like me who owns multiple consoles and has like very limited time, um, you know, pretty often, I don't have a lot of time, then yeah, I realized what the hell was I doing? I didn't need to be paying $30. And I've been at that $10 plan for months now, and I've been fine. And last week, when I made that video talking about how I think the games industry is headed towards some sort of crash, I did not think this, Xbox was going to be making this announcement not even a full week later. It's insane to me what's happening right now. And I just got this copy of Game Informer today in the mail. And as you can see, the cover is all about that new Halo remake, Combat Evolve remake that's coming out later this month in July. And I'm really excited for this. It's going to be $50. It's going to have a physical release. I'm excited for it. But I see what's happening with Xbox and I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Keep in mind right now with, Sony and the whole physical media drama and all the shit that's happening because of that dumbass decision that they made, Microsoft has been completely silent since that happened. The Halo account on YouTube, I saw that they made a post talking about this, and they said that, they, like, the first thing in that post, they said like, oh, it's going to have a physical like disc inside the box. And I was like, okay, that's cool. The Halo account says something, but what about the Xbox account? I said it in my last video, I'm going to say it again. They have the opportunity right now to do the funniest thing ever. It would be amazing. I think it would like set the internet on fire, at least on the gaming side, if they announced or if they just told everybody, hey, Project Helix is going to have discs, it's going to support physical media. Do I think that's going to happen? Unfortunately, no. I think they're staying quiet, but we all know that they're most likely going to pull the same shit. And ironically, with, because of the whole game keycard situation, ironically, Nintendo and the Switch 2, like they're actually keeping physical media alive. And yeah, it's crazy that this whole situation with Sony and physical discs is actually something that's making Nintendo, not look so bad. But that's beside the point. Yeah, Microsoft or Xbox announced that they're laying off 1,600 people. Arcane Studios, people who are making Blade, the developer behind State of Decay, Ninja Theory, the developer behind the Senua Sacrifice game, and a few others are pretty much in kind of limbo. It's only because of France's stricter labor laws that it's been a little more difficult for Xbox to figure out what they're going to do with Arcane, the people who are making the Blade game. But other than that, I mean, yeah, no one's really safe right now at Xbox unless you're a first party developer. And they did announce that none of the first party games that have been teased or announced are going to be canceled or are getting canceled. So at least that's a good, somewhat good, tiny silver lining in all this bullshit. But it's crazy, man. I don't know what the future of Xbox looks like. And that's wild considering we're on the cusp of a brand new console generation. Project Helix or whatever the next Xbox is going to be called, that's right around the corner. The PlayStation 6 is right around the corner. And you have all this unfolding, all this going on, all the backlash that Sony's getting and PlayStation's getting, and now everything and all the issues that have been going on internally at Xbox for years, literally 4 years. I'm somebody who grew up with the 360. I was too young for the original Xbox. And like so many other people, I mean, the 360 to me is like a staple of my childhood. It goes hand in hand with my childhood. And I think about those times. And, now as an adult and I'm older, I'm able to look back and really recognize that Xbox was like killing it, man. During that 360 generation, Xbox was killing it. They revolutionized online gaming, Xbox Live, Party Chat, achievements. Those were all game changers. Sony had that famously had that huge hack to the PlayStation Network in like 2011 or 2012, and the PS3 wasn't really doing so hot. It was really expensive too. I remember it was like $600 when it first came out for that fat one. And yes, it could play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 discs if you just popped them in into the fat PS3, it could play them and that was really cool. I remember my cousins had one, but it was expensive. And I ended up, I was a kid, but my parents blessed me with the 360 because that's what they could afford at the time, and I made so many amazing memories with that. But then as soon as we get into the Xbox One generation, Don Matrick in his interview saying some dumbass things, man, like that just really, really set the Xbox One up for failure when he said, and he famously said in an interview, like something like, if you don't want to use a system that requires internet, we have something for you, and it's called Xbox 360. He said that in an interview that was supposed to be gassing up the Xbox One, gassing up the new thing, and he completely just, you know, he just killed it. He ruined it for himself. And we still see the repercussions of that now with the Series X. I have the Series X right here next to me. I love this console. I think this console is great. I love the backwards compatibility. I think its capability. I mean, like tech speaking, yes, we're going on 6 years, so it is getting a little dated, technically speaking, but I love what this can do, and I've made some amazing memories with it since I got it back in 2021. But dude, the fact that the Xbox One and all of its huge fumbles, like we're still feeling like the Xbox brand and its recognition, like you're still seeing the consequences of that all the way, up until now with the Series X in 2026. That's insane, man. That's really insane. The Xbox One tried to do everything. It had the Connect bundled with it, which was stupid. It was branded as like an all-in-one entertainment thing with like TV and cable and internet and gaming. And of course, the biggest problem with the Xbox One, the lack of exclusives. That's why the PS4 went crazy because the PS4 had God of War, Last of Us, Horizon, Days Gone, Spider-Man, the list goes on. And what did the Xbox have? The Master Chief Collection, Forza, Gears, and then more Gears, and then more Forza and more Halo. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for this remake. This shit has me hyped. I'm gonna get it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be amazing. But I hear stuff like this happening with Xbox, and I'm like, dude, how are you ever gonna get people to buy into your brand again? How? It it just it doesn't make sense. And in that same announcement that they made this morning, they also confirmed that later, I don't know if we have an exact date, but there's going to be another round of layoffs and another 1,600 people are going to be losing jobs. That's over 3,000 people in total when this is all said and done. That's insane, dude. That's absolutely insane. I don't know what the future of this company is. I don't even know, like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. I just had to make a video on this because I think it's crazy. I think we're really seeing, like, if this doesn't convince you or make you realize that we're truly in the worst timeline, but we're truly in a time where also you can slowly but surely see some sort of crash in the industry. I don't know what's gonna show you that, because stuff like this happens. Sony getting all this backlash. I don't think they're gonna change their mind, but still, it's happening. And the next console's being priced at probably $1,000 each or something like that. I don't know. The writing's on the wall, man. The writing's on the wall. Stock up on your old Xbox games. Stock up on PlayStation games. This shit's crazy. But my name's Nico. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this entire situation with Xbox, Sony, everything, because it's wild. Make sure to like the video, dislike, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.